And Team USA's Kendall Coyne was on hand at the Chicago Hockey Charity Classic. She joins us now. And Kendall, I understand you're currently in the back of a moving vehicle. You're just always on the move, aren't you?
Hey, Jackie. Yes, I am.
Tell us first off about this event and why it was important to you to sort of get involved with it, because it raises money for Special Olympics. Why was that important to you?
Yeah, this was my second time participating in the Chicago Charity Classic in Chicago, and it was an awesome event. They raised over $40,000 for Special Olympics Chicago, and it was an awesome day. Before we played in the game, we were able to get on the ice with the athletes and play some games, move some pucks, and be able to hang out with them and share our love for the game. But it's so important to me to be a part of this event and raise money for such an amazing organization as Special Olympics is. And when you're there, you realize everyone loves the game equally, and Special Olympics is all about inclusion and diversity and providing opportunity for athletes, and that's what that night embodied.
So, Kendall, raising money is fantastic, but let's get down to the nitty-gritty of the game. How competitive were you in this game? Even though it's for charity, there's always some competition in there.
Yeah, I was happy. Grant Mulvey was on my team this year. A couple years ago, it got a little chippy, so I was thrilled that he was on my team. But it definitely picks up towards the end of the game. My team ended up winning in a shootout, so I was thrilled about that because year one, I lost to Team Kane. So it definitely gets competitive, and we wanted to be competitive because the athletes were there watching, and we were able to get on the ice with them before, like I said. So we wanted to put on a good show for them.
Well, sounds like a good time to me. But Kendall, it's been a heck of a year for you. It's well documented, everything that's gone on in your life over the last 12 months. How are you spending your summer? What are you doing? Are you taking any me time?
There hasn't been much time off. We just got back from training camp 2 days ago with the women's national team, and our under-18 team and our under-22 team are playing Team Canada 3-game series. Our under-22s won last night. In overtime, our under-18s lost. So looking forward to round 2 tonight for both of those guys. But it's been busy training, preparing for this upcoming hockey season. And I'm excited to get back on set with you guys coming up here.
So when does the national team start? We understand there's a Four Nations Cup in Sweden in November. Is that kind of the beginning of the national team season?
Yeah, great question. I would say we kicked off just the last week or so when we were in Lake Placid. So the Four Nations Cup is our next big international tournament, along with our 2019 Winter Championship Series, which will be 2 games against Canada, and then the new Rivalry Series, which will be in February, and then our big event, which is the World Championships, which will be in Nova Scotia in April.
Nova Scotia's beautiful. I'm from there, so I'm a little biased. But I wanted to ask you kind of about the women's game internationally. You go to these huge events where you see teams from all over the world. Have you noticed the game growing in places not in North America?
Absolutely, Jackie. As you might have seen in the past World Championships, it was Team USA versus Team Finland, which is not a usual matchup for a lot of people. But we've seen Team Finland's improvement over the last many years, and so it wasn't a shock to us, but the rest of the world is catching up, and it's not a USA versus Canada women's hockey event all the time. I mean, the other countries are catching up, and I'm not sure if you saw the recent news, but Team Sweden has decided to boycott their upcoming training event, 43 players, which is kudos to them. It's not easy to do. We did it, but they know they need to do it in order to get the resources and support and to continue to push and grow in that country like they know they can.
It's interesting what's going on with the women's game, and we've been documenting regularly, especially with you being with us in the NHL Network. What is going on now with the CWHL folding this past April? Where are we standing with the women's game in North America and the teams remaining in the NWHL?
Yeah, so there's been over 200 players that have committed to not play professionally in any league in North America this season. And that doesn't mean that this is a year in which the professional players will not play. They are going to play. We are currently creating environments and showcases that will put on the game and showcase the top talent in the world. And so it's not a year that is stale. It's a year of growth and a year in which we figure out this professional game to create a long-term viable option for women to play professionally. Because right now, when college ends, a lot of players have to end their careers because they know they can't make a living playing this game the way that they should and the way that they deserve, and the resources aren't there. So we're trying to find that model, and we're trying to create those resources within this next year.
Well, you said it about the women in Sweden. It takes guts for all of the players that take a stand in any capacity to try to help do what they can to make the game better for women and young girls all over North America and the world. Kendall, before we let you go, I'd be remiss if I did not ask you where you're headed right now. The curiosity is killing me. Where are you going?
I am heading to Orange County.
Okay.
I'm going to watch my husband play football on Sunday. I haven't seen him in about a month, so I'm excited to watch him play against the New Orleans Saints.
All right. Well, enjoy your time out there and spending time with your husband. We appreciate the time, and we will see you back here in the NHL Network studios in the very near future.
Thank you both.